Ready to deploy. Today we're going to be talking about a bug-in kit. This is a natural disaster medical readiness type kit that we have here in the house. This isn't a first aid kit. This is something the family knows that is just for natural disasters and that type of SHTF scenario. It's a hard ballistic plastic waterproof case. I'm just going to do a quick overview of what's inside, kind of tell you what my thinking was in putting this together. You want to make sure a case like this, again, you keep in a closet where nobody's going to really have access to it. There's not anything overly dangerous in here, but again, medication, that kind of thing. So for starters, inside the case to kind of keep everything from rolling around and close up a window or anything like that if they had to. It's a 5x7 rubber coated tarp and a canvas bag. Also have a couple emergency ponchos in here. Numerous emergency Mylar blankets. It's a water gel burn kit. These are really good if somebody's got a minor burn. This isn't a third-degree burn type treating kit. This isn't, have silver crystals in it or anything like that. But it's a decent mid-level burn kit. It's a blowout kit, same kind that we discussed in a previous video. This is an IV start kit. Again, if you're trained to put in an IV and deliver fluids, this kit has pretty much everything you need to start an IV, IV lines, so on and so forth. This is an airway kit, both nasal airways and oral airways inside here. Packages of gauze. These are finger splints, different sizes obviously from adult to child size. Extremely handy, bend them whatever shape you want. You could even use a couple of these to stabilize a broken wrist with some tape. Various waterproof tapes, medical tapes. Duct tape. Different nitrile gloves, black, white, purple. All pretty much serve the same purpose. Several packages of hand warmers. A couple instant cold packs. This is a CPR blob mask. Again, this is the type that you just simply put over the nose or the mouth, push down, and again, deliver breaths right through that. First responder pocket guide. You can get these at Barnes & Noble or any of your other bookstores. Pretty decent overview of basic first aid. Also some different life-saving techniques in here. Definitely worth putting in your kit. Some gauze dressing. Some self-cling dressing. These are just two smaller rolls of the same thing. Couple diapers in there, obviously for the first reason you would assume, but these also, as we spoke about before, make decent dressings for wounds, especially large bleeding wounds. Some more gauze pads. Wrist, foot, ankle and knee supports or braces. They're really good for minor sprains. One of the main things to keep in mind if you plan on bugging in or bugging out is care for your feet. Not only additional pairs of clean, dry socks, thick wool socks, but also insoles, moleskin, blister treatments. And this is really handy too. Band-Aid makes a friction block. If you have an area on your heel, or your toes, or anything quite like that, it's going to keep a small blister from turning into something major. It's just a notepad and a Sharpie marker, leaving notes for people who are keeping track of medical changes. It's a CPR mask, some votive tea lights, a piece of tin foil, and some matches. Just want to stress, obviously, if you plan on storing this anywhere close to a heat source or in your attic, or if you live in a warmer climate, you definitely want to wrap the candles themselves in tin foil. Otherwise, you're going to have one massive candle instead of several little candles to use. A good idea to store an additional piece of tin foil in there too. You can make a decent candle holder and tabletop, that kind of thing. You can also boil water in it and make it into a cup. Several zip ties of varying lengths. Band-Aids and rolled gauze. Different size ACE bandages. My suggestion to you is you purchase the ones that have the Velcro closure as opposed to the old-fashioned metal snap closures. I've seen too many times where those have cut people's wounds, making a bad situation worse. Some Clorox disinfectant wipes. Couple masks in there. Small Phillips head and flathead screwdriver. It's just a small multi-tool. Small pair of scissors and pliers in there. Decent little pocket knife. In here are homemade waterproof matches. We're going to cover those in a separate tutorial. Explain to you guys how to make those and some other fire starters. Just another couple small pocket knives in here. As cute as they may seem. These are instant towels. You can get them at like the dollar store. These are extremely compact, and they're face cloths as soon as you get them slightly moist. You can even pull them apart dry again, use them as a compress or something like that if you needed to. Instant glucose tablets. If you know anybody that's diabetic or somebody that is becoming shocky, anything like that, these are really great to have. In a bug in or bug out situation, one thing that's going to become evident to you real quick is a non-varied diet is obviously going to leave you deficient in a lot of your vitamins and minerals. Just a complete multivitamin here. Some folic acid, A and D. Prenatal vitamins. These are extremely good to have. There are numerous uses for these. These are kind of jam-packed with everything from multivitamins to additional B12. Just a box of sleeping tablets. Non-Sudafed sinus relief type tablets. Some Mucinex. Little Gas-X. Ibuprofen pain relievers. There's some more instant disposable towels. Again, something also to keep in mind with a varied diet of inconsistent nutrition and everything else, diarrhea is going to be a real consideration. Dehydration from diarrhea, throwing up, that kind of thing, can kill somebody extremely quick in a SHTF situation. This is something you want to keep an eye on. And again, always good to have as much of that on hand as you can have. Chest congestion cough syrup. Little sewing kit in there. It's another super B12 complex vitamin. Vitamin C. Some cold relief pills, like Alka-Seltzer type tablets. More anti-diarrhea medication. More Mucinex tablets. Some more gas and stomach pain pills. It's a scalpel. It's a medical grade sealed scalpel. Dental floss. About 100 different uses for that. Cheap throwaway compass. The ever-present Altoids tin. This one's actually full of various Band-Aids and ointments. Omega-3 fish oil. Camo face paint, because eventually you're going to want to hide from the kids. Snare wire. Safety pins and earplugs. It's a knife sharpener. Attached to that, I have about 20 feet of paracord. Small collapsible shovel. Again, in a situation where the utilities have been shut off, chances are you're going to end up having to eventually dig your own latrine. Hopefully not with a shovel this size, but if you had to, there you go. Some emergency lights. These are just little blinking lights. They're good if you have kids or an elderly person you're looking after, especially to keep tabs on, where they are after lights go out. They're fairly bright. And these ones were free at a Parks and Recreation meeting downtown. Whistle. Every good case has to have a spork. And these are personal medications. Always important to keep on hand as much excess antibiotics, prescription medication, anything like that, that you know you or a loved one's going to need. You can't be expecting to go to a doctor anymore, or that your neighbor or friends are going to have the antibiotics or medication that you're going to require. Keep as much on hand as you can afford. I know some people subscribe to the idea of using fish antibiotics and antibiotics from overseas. I personally wouldn't suggest that. And that's it. This is not your first aid kit in the house. We have several of those. My suggestion is you keep this in the closet. It's accessible to you, possibly on an upper shelf, or only the adults in the house can get at it. This is not to be used for bumps and bruises and scrapes. This is a watertight case that can be grabbed, easily transported to a different portion of the house. Keep this separate from your jerk and run kit, your bug out bag. This is another portion to your bug in, bug out kit. Leave your comments and questions below. I'll be sure to answer any questions that you have. And please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.